baby. ¿Qué lo que mi gente? Welcome to the channel. This is Watatah. And today I'm going to be talking about the DRD Dance Cruise that I just hopped off and that I just finished. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on that. So you have your, if you are thinking to come and do a dancing cruise, so you have an idea of what it is or how was the experience and what to expect. DRD Cruise. And this one we went from Miami to Bahamas to Puerto Rico to another island and to Santo Domingo, Puerto Plata, and then back to Miami. And the next one is going to Brazil, and the next one is going to be in Europe. So very good events, very good things. So let's talk about the positives, the positive things about the cruise. So if I'm giving you the positives, that means there's negatives. So let's talk about the positives. And the main one is the obvious, is Zumba galore, is Zumba heaven. So you got classes most of the time. So it's a beautiful thing. So if you need to get your Zumba groove on, this is the place to be because Zumba classes are constant. And you have throughout the day, you got a schedule. Every day you have a schedule. So you are dancing, absorbing. You are learning. The workshops, the classes, the special classes is amazing. So when it comes to that, it delivers exactly what it is. So what you expect, you get. Another great thing is the talent. The talent was amazing. Let me tell you, I was part of this squad, so I'm trying to be very objective and impartial about this thing, in my opinion, about everything. But at the same time, I'm not performing all the time, so I'm coming to classes just like a regular student. So I'm learning, I'm observing, I'm enjoying, I'm having a good time, just like everybody else. So the talent was top notch. Everybody that got on stage, whether I knew them from before, and I know what they bring to the table, and the new ones, I was amazed and blown away by everybody. So beautiful talent. Another thing that was very impressive is the venues. The venues were amazing. This is a cruise. It's a big cruise. It's very luxury. So all the venues, the rooms that were available for the classes were very nice. We had a small club that is very nice. The lights, the set, the background, LED, so images floating, very nice. The sound system, amazing. The staff, very cooperative and very helpful. So everything was great every time for all the classes. And another thing that was maybe the most amazing thing for me was the camaraderie among the staff, the talent, and even the students that came to enjoy the classes. You kind of like become a family after all these days together. You get to get involved, you get to know them, you hanging out with them all the time. You wake up, you go to bed, you dance, then at night we go into the club and we have fun. It's amazing. So by the end of the trip, you kind of miss these people. It's, oh my God. So that's very good. And memories that I got with these people that you create, you get to dancing. Very good. Very good. Now, let's get to the negatives. And let me see, negatives. I don't know. There's not many negatives, but and these probably have nothing to do with the organization. It was more like, well, let's get to it. The scheduling. There was a lot of scheduling conflicts because there were changes in the like happened suddenly, but obviously it has nothing to do with the organizers, but more with the cruise itself. That kind of like they give you a room and then they say it's not available anymore, so they put you in another situation that hey, you have to come to another room at another time. So you start to reorganize your people and tell everybody, try to connect with everybody to tell them, hey, it's not gonna be at this place, it's gonna be in another place. And a lot of people is like, oh, where is that at? You know what I'm saying? So it caused a lot of confusion. I know the same thing with the time zones. We were dealing with 1 hour difference between America and the islands. However, it was at first it was very confusing. Like class tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the morning, American time, or especially when we were in the middle of the sea, like what time zone? So it was confusing because we had one time in the app, the cruise app, that you can communicate. We had a different time on your cell phone, depending if you had your roaming situation or if you had Wi-Fi, you had another time. And sometimes the clock on top of your watch doesn't match the one on your screen. It was a mess. So we have to communicate like this hour by this hour based on this hour to get people going at the same time. But again, those are situations that you were dealing kind of like in real time. It was nobody's fault, but at the end of the day, we all got organized, and it was great. So on that, no problem. But it was just a little hiccup. And maybe the one thing that to me was kind of like the worst was the attendance factor, because we had a big group of people. However, the attendance was like every day was like a 30% of the whole group. And there's factors that come into this. I'm not saying that this is something, because a lot of people into the, it was understandable. Other people were there with every activity. And then you are in a cruise, you are on vacation. So you are entitled to back off and enjoy yourself because you are in a cruise. So being not making use on wise. So it was just a thing of kind of like having everybody at the same time. But at the end of the day, like I said, people have situations, and it doesn't really matter. You have to do what you have to do and whatever's best for you. But it would have been nice to see everybody at the same time. That being said, if everybody came at once, it would have been a mess as well, because some of the venues were not as big. We had one club that it was kind of small. So if that thing was packed, it was gonna be a little bit uncomfortable. And then we had the discotheque that it was very nice. The pista, the dance floor was big, but if a lot of people got in there, people will have to go to the second and third levels so we can accommodate. And then we had the pool outside, which is like the main pool. It was amazing, open space, but again, people in the dance space not so big, so people will have to be there. Then on other levels and around to accommodate. So that being said, is take it as you want. It's just they're so not so positive. So it's, like I said, not so negatives, just little things and things that can be organized. So let me see what else. Unrelated things, not really to us, to the cruise. If you've been to a cruise, you know that is an industry that, and if you don't come with your things together, you're gonna have to encounter things with your dinero, with your money. There's a lot of side charges that they just come out of nowhere. So if you don't prepare yourself, you're gonna find charges for things that are gonna show up and they're gonna pop up. They're gonna leave you bills left and right for things that you asked that you probably thought were included, and then they are not. If you get a package of drinks, you probably come to find out that some things are not really free, so they charge you for. Like I got charged even for a Coca-Cola. I was like, what is this? $3.75 for a can of soda that I thought was included because it was on my restaurant that I was supposed to eat, and that's just a small thing. Other people they got hit with some crazy bills because things you think some stuff is available or free or included, come to find out they're really not. And one of the things that we got hit hard was the name tips. Was the other fancier name? Gratuity. They charge you for services provided to you to your room, towels, and every other thing that comes to your room. If you ask for things, you're gonna be charged for that. But that's, like I said, that's unrelated to the Zumba cruise itself, the dancing to the DRD dancing cruise situation. But just for you to consider and know that is there. It's happening. So, what could have been done better? I don't know. Overall, this thing was nice. This thing was amazing. Great experience. This is my second time on a cruise, so I had my personal issues that I had with because I've been getting dizzy all day. So if you are like that, you have to come prepared with your medicine that you may need. You can have the wristband that helps you with the drowsiness, with the motion of the ocean. You can get that little thing behind your ear. You can bring your what's the name, Dramamine, one of those, whatever that can help you to cope and manage your drowsiness. Some days I was not like the third day on the boat. I was sick. My appetite was gone because my belly, I think, was upside down. So if you are like me, you may have to take considerations and get your shit together. So what could have been done better? I don't know because the things that went wrong, I think, were not in their hands to control. So I think it was pretty good with the situations that were thrown at them, the sudden switches and stuff. So the adaptability factor was there and it was very good. But again, you may have to hear it from everybody else that was in the cruise. What are their thoughts, their opinion about things, what they didn't like, what they did like. I don't know. So it's coming from me, positive, 99.9, amazing experience. So if you're considering, and let me tell you, I am not. I'm doing this because I need to create and talk about things. So this just happened. I'm telling you my experience from my point of view. I'm not talking about my performance. If you want to see how did I do on stage, you're gonna have to ask somebody else because I'm not gonna talk about that. That would be for somebody else to have an opinion on my time on stage. Because I was accused of why are you here? Because I performed the fifth day into the fifth day, 2 days left. So people is like, I see you every day, but when the hell are you performing? Oh, baby. So you're gonna have to ask somebody else about that. Anyways, overall, amazing experience. I think I'm positive that I'm coming to Brazil. I'm excited about that, and by that time, a new set of things are gonna happen. So, because that's life. Life throws you things. When you think you're ready for something, guess next thing you know, you are not. It's gonna be another learning experience. So on that note, everything great. Um, this was my unbiased opinion, I think. So DRD Dance Cruise, amazing. Shout out to Pedro Camacho. Shout out to Luana. Shout out to all the talent, all the new faces, all the new people that I met. Whether you are talent or a student, I had a great time with you all, and it was amazing. And you know my name. If you were there, you know my new name. My dearly name. Oh, Baba. Saludos desde la República Dominicana. I hope you are watching my interviews that I'm doing. I interviewed the brothers twins. That was last week. Pedro Camacho is coming out tonight, actually. So stay tuned for that. I interviewed the Wonders, Gina and Dario. Very good. Up next, I have next week. I think I'm gonna do Spread Love, my man Josh. So stay tuned for that. Josh and Paulo. We know Paulo. So stay tuned. I hope you're watching those and learning, getting to know these people, getting to know the talent because it's my thing. Like I want to get to know these people. These people, you see them all around the world. You see them everywhere, but we don't know much about them. Just like you don't know much about myself. So questions, throw them. You already know. So my podcast, stay tuned. I got new music. I got new choreographies. So thank you all for the love. All of you that uses my music, you know I'm always grateful for you guys. Thank you for the love because that connection that we establish is amazing. How we move the world by staying connected. By I create a little sound, you bring it to your classes, you impact people in your community. This is something we cannot really put into words how magical it is and how it works. So thank you very much. More content coming up, so let's get it going, people. Thank you very much. You remember, be crazy, be happy, be yourself. Listen to my radio show todos los días, latinomix.com with two X's, El Teteo con Watatah. Oh, baby. Nos vemos en la próxima. Chulandi, come here. Mira Chulandi pasando. Estoy aquí. This is my house. So I'm talking from my house. Mi house, mi casa, tu casa. Chulandi. Ah, he's gone. All right. This is done. Nos vemos en la próxima. Y si da gutico, dale hasta el infinito. ¡Oh!